Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday. Pouring rain here, which is good because I got the ash in the gardens yesterday. So that's all nicely washed into my soil, and I'm happy. So, y'all are busy, aren't you? Uh, I mean, that's just the way we're wired, okay? At least Americans, probably Canadians too, okay? But for the most part, we're wired to always being doing something. And it's like, okay, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this. How much is that being used against you? Okay. How many times have we talked about watch this hand because this hand's what's really going on, right? Let's think about what's going on this week. Yesterday, oh my God, there's two more. Now they're calling them UFOs. Okay, not little green men UFOs, but they are technically unidentified flying objects, these balloons that got shot down. Okay. Wow, this is all over the news. The media is just reporting this balloon, 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 balloon. Somebody want to tell me how the story about Nord Stream kind of went disappeared and the public completely forgot about it? Is one more important than the other? No. But we're on to the next shiny thing. What about Joe's classified documents scandal? What about the fact they found classified documents at Mike Pence's house now? Anybody hear about that? Anybody talking about that? Do we have a problem in Washington where supposedly now we have at least Biden, supposedly Trump, Mike Pence having classified documents at their house? Where's the security in Washington? Okay. What's the latest on Hunter's laptop? Have we heard anything about that? Oh, no, that's yesterday's news. We don't need to worry about that anymore. Anybody pay attention to Title 24 in Washington, D.C.? Do you even know what it is? Okay, this is the one where the district itself, which is self-governing, okay, Washington, D.C. has the right to make their own laws, has the mayor, et cetera, et cetera. Congress does have the ability to say, nope, sorry, that was not going through. Washington, D.C. is trying to make it so anybody who lives there can vote. Citizen, green card holder, illegal, they live here, they should have the right to vote. No, they shouldn't, okay? This is the thing. What else is going on? Are we getting closer and closer and closer to having troops in Ukraine? Maybe according to the Polish president, yeah, we might, because he came out overnight and said if the West doesn't send more weapons to Ukraine quickly, there's a good chance Russia will win. Fine, don't care, okay? Not my problem, okay? I'm sorry, I don't have a line item in my budget going electric bill, phone bill, grocery bill, Ukraine. No, didn't work that way, okay? The shiny object is what they try to get us to follow and have us ignore all the other stuff. I mean, y'all know as well as I do, there's a ton of stuff that goes on that we never even know about. Some of it I'm happy I don't know about. I don't want to know about it, I mean, the facade of us living in a nice, peaceful, quiet life. If we knew everything that was going on, there would be no peace and quiet in our lives. We get it, okay? The information age kind of blew a lot of that up. I mean, you think about it. If it wasn't for the internet, none of us are getting together. This is for sure, okay? But how much other stuff? I mean, there's a real good chance, unless you still read the newspapers or watch TV news, and maybe not even then, you'd have never heard about Hunter's laptop. You'd have never heard about the balloons. You'd have heard about war. That, of course, would come up. But how much they used to be able to hide from us, how much they're still hiding from us. I mean, the only reason that we know about these balloons is because of the internet. The first one, the one that came all the way across the country, the only reason we know about that is because it dropped low enough for some people in Montana to be able to see it with the naked eye, took pictures of it, and posted it on Twitter or Instagram or wherever the hell. And then they had no choice but to admit it. If that balloon never malfunctions or whatever and drops low enough for people to be able to see it with the naked eye, guaranteed you never heard about it. Okay? This is the thing. We are being blinded, if you will, distracted over and over and over again by non-important things. So we don't pay attention to the important things. I mean, what's going on in Ukraine could potentially turn into World War III overnight. I will kid you not, and I'm not trying to fear porn anything. I'm not going to be one of these, prepare for nuclear war. An EMP is inevitable. That ain't me. You know that, okay? If it happens, it happens. Am I prepared in case it happens? Yes. Am I going to freak out over it? No, because it's possible. Who knows? Okay, I'll deal with it when it comes. I got other more important things to do, like wipe my ass. But the thing is, what are we not being told? I mean, how close are we to World War III in Ukraine? Every morning you wake up, I know I do, and I mean, I let the dog out, I make my cup of coffee, I turn on the computer, and I pray to God that I don't see a headline that says World War III has started. You know, United States declares war on Russia, United States declares war on China, whatever it would be, or vice versa, they declare war on us. There's probably going to be a day where I'm going to wake up to that headline. Are they going to tell us because we need to know, or are they going to tell us because they have no choice? You know, I did the story the other day on the amount of people, the percentage of people by that CBS YouGov poll that still support Ukraine in this whole debacle that's going on in Eastern Europe at 64% or whatever it is. But I showed you the Democrat versus Republican support. Like 80% of Democrats support what's going on. Isn't it ironic that 80% of liberals support sending equipment and everything like that, military hardware, sending money to Ukraine? But when the question comes, and it's coming, we need troops. What's the percentage of Democrats in the military? 10%? Maybe. Okay. Liberals don't join the military. Liberals don't believe in it. So 80% of them are all for going to war with your kids. Not with theirs, with your kids. These are the stories that don't come out, that people don't follow, that it's not the shiny thing that we have to look at. How dangerous is it if we allow anybody and everybody who's in the United States to vote? Okay? I mean, what's next? Why don't we just make anybody who lives in the United States eligible to be in politics? You know, how long is it going to take with this whole invasion on the southern border for California to be more than 50% Mexican? I'm not saying Hispanic or anything like that, that more than 50% of the people that live in California are Mexican citizens. But if they're allowed to vote, great. Let's have a Mexican governor. Great. Let's align ourselves with Mexico rather than align ourselves with the U.S. I mean, we could lose states this way without a shot fired, okay? Yeah. You know, I know Texas will say all the time, you know, we want to leave the Union. Right. There's support for it, and everybody says it can't happen. But what happens if Texas just said, we're just not participating in the United States activities anymore? I mean, that's where this stuff can go. And there's a bunch of liberals out there who go, if you live here, you should be able to vote. And I'm like, no, it should be the other way around. If you're here, you should be able to leave, okay? Because you don't belong here. Right? Sorry. The most important right that we have as a citizen of the United States is to vote. I can't vote in Canada. I can't vote in Mexico. Why can they come vote here? You know, these are the things that don't get talked about because it's not the shiny object. Oh, it's a UFO. How fun. That's kind of the way it's all put. You know, and it's like, let's discuss back and forth on was Joe right? Was Joe wrong? Is China laughing at us? What should he do? And everybody goes down that rabbit hole and ignores the important stuff. Are the balloons important things? Absolutely. Is China surveilling us? Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. You don't have one weather balloon. Oh, gee, that one got away. And then within the next week, you have 3 more. No. Okay. Gee, your technology sucks if you can't control any of your weather balloons. You know, the American public, everybody, needs to pay attention to everything that's going on and figure out what's going on, because they don't want to tell us, and they're trying to show us this hand and don't watch this one. If I want to see something like that, I'll go watch Penn and Teller, not Biden and Harris. Pinball out.